bad frame of mind. Thought that we was gonna incline. Said it went down decline. Just to make me nervous, damn so fine. I said, love the way you smell, remind. Just know that you will always be mine. Sit back and relax and unwind. So I'ma tell you
Queen. How you doing? How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I am well. I am blessed. I am highly favored. It's a good motherfucking day. Today is my 26.5 birthday.
Okay.
So, yeah, y'all know I'm honorary Scorpio this year. I'm actually big lit because, nobody keeps up with people's actual birthdays, unless they're like, your real friends. So on social media, everybody's like, oh my God, happy birthday. I knew you were a Scorpio. It makes so much sense now. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, so you actually posted that on social media?
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, before I respond to that, what is playing in the living room?
Wow, we're trash. That was Forever by Amber Hairston. It is not out yet. Y'all know how we get them super exclusives. So you're all welcome. I think it comes out on the 19th. So be on the lookout for that. Amber Hairston, Forever. It's such a dope song.
I feel like a lot comes out on the 19th. The Fresh Prince thing comes out on the 19th too, right?
And a very, very special VERZUZ comes out on the 19th. So we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. Wow, yeah, the 19th will be a poppin' day.
I wanted to start with, two questions, if I may, before we get into our segments, Queen.
Okay.
First and foremost, may I violate your HIPAA?
What?
May I violate your HIPAA? Your medical HIPAA?
You would like to tell the world about my medical problems? Okay.
I wasn't gonna say like your problems. I was just gonna say happy new eyes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone. Thank you. To Iyesha. If you don't
wait. I need an audible yes in case. In case I get sued by somebody in the medical field, I need an audible yes.
I think I'm the only one that can sue you. But yes.
I don't know.
You have an audible yes to tell everybody about the fact that I had to go get my eyelid cut open.
Sliced open.
Okay, let's calm down because I might have to go get the other one done.
Okay,
so
you're right.
let's relax on the words.
So,
first of all, I just want to thank my best friend for sending me eyeball socks because, she never misses an opportunity to say I love you and appreciate you. I got to put that little card that says congrats on cutting your eyeball open on the little sheet with the rest of the cards that you've given me on the wall. So, but yes, part of the reason why we've been gone for so long, of course, Iyesha wanted to gallivant around the country.
Wow.
That was part of the reason. She didn't take her laptop with her or her microphone. So that was 3 weeks? That was 3 weeks.
My suitcase is already 53 pounds. I couldn't take that
big country. You could have got that laptop and your microphone into big country.
Don't come for big country because she's big, but she's heavy. She's solid. She carries lots of things. And I always have to flirt a little and show a little cleavage to avoid that upcharge when my bag is too heavy.
Show a little cleave.
Show a little nipple or something.
So that was 3 weeks, right, of why we didn't podcast. And then, life stuff, not feeling the best just because, styes and not figuring out where they were coming from. So I had a sty and, you might be thinking to yourself, a sty, how did we get from a sty to a surgery? But yeah, they don't go away after so many weeks after antibiotic intervention. Then what they'll do is what's called an excision. They flip that eyelid, back like I used to do as children, and they make a little vertical incision. Mine was actually a exterior and an interior incision. So, yeah, and so far, that was 1 week ago. 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, because I have a follow-up appointment with my doctor, and she's probably going to be like, all right, so about this other sty, how do you want to proceed from here?
No. The other one's going to disappear on its own. It was just, this particular surgery was just to give you a little taste of experience into the surgical life.
Yes, let's hope. Let us hope that between today and tomorrow that it goes away, because it's already been over a month.
Well, happy new eyes. When y'all listen to this, make sure y'all bombard Sid with happy new eyes, because she could be out here being blind and y'all be doing that fake ass post shit like, oh my God, my friend, prayers, glad you're okay. So why don't you go ahead now and give her roses and things while she can still see them. Hello.
Okay.
And congratulate Sid on her new eyeball. And matter of fact, why don't y'all cash up a queen while y'all ain't doing that thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What was your second question?
I actually just saw this on social media, and I was like, that's an interesting question, because not me. It was, did you pass your license test on your first time? Like for your driver's license?
Yes, I did. And you know why you didn't? Because you're a trash-ass driver.
Okay. All right.
I love you.
You know what? I will take these headphones off, because you know something? I passed the driving, parallel parking, and everything with flying fucking colors. Fluorescent rage, if you will. And it was the written one that I didn't pass, because they told me, oh, Iyesha, if you just read that little brochure, you're going to be good. I was like, well, then I don't need to read it. I've been driving since I was like 14. I'm good. Didn't read it, failed. Then they were like, Iyesha, seriously, you just got to read the pamphlet and you'll be fine. I read half of it, went back, failed again. And then I went home. My dad was like, Iyesha, I ain't taking you no more. Like, you're just not going to be driving. So I read the pamphlet all the way through this time. And my dad's wife had to take me, and I finally passed. But yeah, they were tired of my shit, because I really was. The pamphlet was like 32 pages. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I think that I think the number of times that you fail your driving test is directly correlates to how good of a driver you are for the rest of your life.
No.
Because you suck.
This is not true, y'all. First and foremost, Sydney says that I suck because I drive fast. It doesn't matter that I drive fast because I'm also defensive, which means I don't ride up on people. I will curve around you, though.
What? You don't? Excuse me. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Queen, what we not gonna do is bring our guests back to you lying on me. That's what we not gonna do.
Y'all, Iyesha, I wish that some of our friends who have rode with you could hop in just for a moment to tell y'all what we experience when we ride with her. Iyesha likes to ride the tails of other cars. She likes to get as close to them as humanly possible.
These are so many lies.
And that's how she likes to stop. Like, she will wait to the last moment to really stop the car. Like, you couldn't walk between her and another car on the road.
Wow.
Because that's how close she gets to them. And then she likes to slam on brakes to choke her passengers.
Queen, are you talking about Yakira Hairston? Because you're not talking about me.
I'm talking. You suck.
I would like to interject here that Sydney rode down a one-way street in the middle of the night, going the wrong way. So I would like to leave it at that, because I've never done that. So at least I'm on the right side of the road when I'm going fast. Thank you. Good night.
Yo, I'm so weak.
As you should be, because you're weak and a weak driver. Let's move on, because you gon'
Iyesha went to the Halle Berry School for Driving. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't even know what that means, but they said it about Paris on Love Don't Cost a Thing when she ran into that car.
Didn't she kill somebody or something?
No, you're thinking about Brandy, I think.
Oh yeah, I know
Brandy killed someone. I don't think Halle Berry killed. I hope not. And I should look into that.
Yeah, maybe you should look into that before you on our podcast being all problematic and shit.
Well, I apologize in case I'm being problematic. But all I know is
it's problematic to me that you talk shit about my driving. Can you apologize to me, friend?
I'm just telling you the truth. I love you, and therefore I have to tell you the truth. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't tell you the truth. Your driving stresses me out.
Wow, I opened up a can of worms with that question. Let's yes, you did. Let's take it back to look back at it. Look back at it.
Hey, for the first time in 2 months.
This month. Hey.
Let's do it.
All right, Queen, I think you have more than me, so you want to go first?
Oh, sure. Real quick and easy, I just want to say, y'all got a new president. I'm not claiming none of these people. None of them. Not even Obama. Mm-hmm. I don't claim any of them. So y'all got a new president. Okay. I looked it up today. It says, as of right now, Joe Biden has 290 to 232. That will be Trump's electoral votes. Joe Biden has 78 million popular votes to Trump's 73 million popular votes.
Well, Donnie is not going out without kicking and screaming. He tweeted, I want to say it was today, literally today on, what is this, November 16th, that he won the election, and to not let these whores confuse y'all. But the funny thing is, the Repubs are claiming the Senate and House selections, elects, but for some reason, the presidential one is the one where they feel like, numbers are funny. Even though it was all on the same ballot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But y'all go ahead and keep on being ass backwards. God bless.
Yeah, no, it's wild. But what's crazy about it to me is like when I keep hearing the news and they're like, oh my God, Trump refuses to what is it called when you be like I lost? What is that called? It's like a word for it. Concede. They're like, yeah, Trump refuses to concede. And I just keep hearing it and I'm like, I'm sorry. Again, maybe I shouldn't be so easily annoyed by people and things, but I'm just like, are y'all surprised that this nigga didn't concede? Like, I feel like everything about him from even before he was president, right, from when he was running for president the first time, told me that whenever he lost, it was going to be just like this. So I'm like, why is this news? Is there not anything else more important we could be talking about?
Y'all gonna have to drag her out by her chicken gizzard because she's not going without a fight. And honestly, it's gonna be a joy to see.
Yeah, I saw a picture and they were talking about basically how he looked sad as fuck after he found out that he lost. And I was like, honestly, I don't know, because I feel like I remember when he won, he also looked sad as fuck. Like, he didn't think he was gonna win.
I remember those memes being like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do this.
Right. Like, so said it to say, he kind of looks the same to me in both pictures, like if you put them side by side, because I literally remember when he like walked out, like getting ready to give that like I won speech or whatever from, you know, election night. He looked distraught, like, oh shit, I didn't even write nothing down because I didn't think y'all was dumb enough to vote for me type shit.
Well, y'all know Melania didn't, because she sure copied all of Queen Michelle's things.
Yo, listen, did you see that picture of him looking over at her voting?
No, I didn't. Oh my god. I saw Kim like post like, oh, I just voted sticker. You know, this was, I don't know if it was on the 3rd or a couple days before when people were doing early voting, but I saw a screenshot, which I think it was fake. I don't know for sure because I certainly didn't run to Twitter to check because I didn't care that much. But it was a tweet from Kanye that said, over 70,000 people voted for me and believed in me, and not one of them was my wife. And I gave a good hearty chuckle because I was like, well, duh, girl. We're not stupid. Anywho. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, no, that's all I got to say about that. And just, you know, lastly, I hope everybody who believes in Joe Biden and is hopeful in him, I hope you guys are all right. Because, you know, if you've been following me on social media, you know I only voted because I let y'all shame me into it. However, don't know why, because I couldn't shame y'all niggas into staying in the house in the pandemic, but I'll get to that later.
Ooh.
So, yeah, but that's it for me right now, Queen. If you want to pass it off, if you want me to hand it off to you.
Yeah, pass me the rock. I just wanted to let y'all know that when I'm acting a goddamn fool on November 19th, I don't want none of y'all to say nothing to me, because I will have on my fur coat in the house, because it's going to be Gucci Mane versus Jeezy on the Versus. I don't even watch none of the Versus. The only one I have actually even seen in its entirety was the Brandy one, and that's just because we were talking about it on the podcast, so I wanted to give it a good listen and check out those pants that Monica had on. But other than that, I didn't give a damn about none of the Verses. I don't care. Somebody said, I hope that Gucci don't even play one song. He just gets on there and shoots Jeezy on live. I was like, oh my God, this is aggressive. But I could still see it happening. So I was like, well, Gucci, please don't kill anyone. You have a new baby on the way. You know, let's not kill people. But however, I am looking forward to, I'm a Jeezy fan, but I'm a Gucci Mane first. So, with that being, you know, my father and whatnot, I want him to do great, and y'all know I'm gonna say he won regardless. So I'm excited for that Versus. That's all I really had to say about it. I just want y'all to know that I will be plucking wigs of any of y'all that try to come for Gucci Mane LaFleur. Okay?
I think this is so funny because it's just every time, I think I forget every once in a while that you are this huge Gucci fan. But I'm all at once, even though I find it to be quite hilarious on a soul level, I also am so happy for you, because I feel like now you know how I felt when they said that Brandy was having a versus battle. Honestly, no shade to Monica. It could have been Brandy versus the fucking Blinds. I don't give a fuck. If it's Brandy and they're going to play her music and she's going to be sitting there singing her little doo-wop-de-doos and shit, I'm in there. Okay? So said it to say, I am happy for you, because I know what you must be feeling, because I know how I felt when they said Brandy was doing a versus.
And y'all know, again, I will be listening to both, because I've always listened to both of their music. But when Gucci said, y'all tell Buddy that, you know, we're going to have the versus battle, me versus the snow cone, I fell out of my chair. This nigga called him a snow cone. And now all I can see is like Jeezy's head as the scoop on a cone body, and I can't unsee it. It's too funny to me. I'm like, why is Gucci like this?
What does that mean? Is there some kind of meaning behind it?
Yeah, so Jeezy is the snowman, and Jeezy God, Gucci called him a snow cone in his caption where he announced the VERZUZ battle, and it took me out. It sent me. I was like, why are you so funny? I really want to hang out with you. Why are you so fucking funny? Actually, I submitted to be in a Gucci video the other day. Didn't get it. Ugh, they don't know what they're missing.
Oh, I'm so sorry, because I know that you would go up.
Man, what? I would have gone up. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Mm-hmm. That is my first of the look back at it. Do you have anything else, Queen?
Yes, ma'am. I was listening to Poor Minds the other day. Y'all should check out Poor Minds.
If you're not listening to Poor Minds, what are you doing?
It's a very funny podcast. And they were talking about COVID shaming. Did you hear this episode? Mm-hmm. And so for anybody who doesn't listen to Poor Minds, let me just give you a quick definition. COVID shaming, not in saying like shaming the people who have COVID, but shaming people for what their response has been to the pandemic. Like, be it, oh, you're on a plane, shame, shame, shame. Or, oh, you went to a party, or you're throwing a party, shame, shame, shame. And so when I heard it, I just heard some things that I personally wanted to directly address. So if someone could cue the ether instrumental in the background. No, I'm just kidding. But said it to say, so let me go ahead and preface with this. It says that the new infections have surpassed 177,224, and this was as of Friday. And it said that was setting a new daily record that eclipsed the highest daily case count in all of the previous peaks, both in spring and summer. And so a couple of the things that I heard on Poor Minds was, number one, the world might be a better place if everybody just cared about themselves.
Okay.
Which I thought
I must have missed it.
I was like, no, that's why we're here. Like, the world would be a better place if we cared more about each other. Not necessarily caring about your business, but just cared about each other, right? And then there was something else that was said, and I think this is the last thing I wanted to really address real quick was, basically, why are you worried about what other people are doing? It ain't got nothing to do with you. In case of the pandemic, what other people are doing and not doing actually does directly affect what other people can and can't do. So for me and my homegirl, whom y'all keep pissing off because we stuck in the house trying to do what's right and what's safe.
And all we really want to do is go to Bella Noche's.
All we want to do is hang out with each other without the looming feeling of impending death and or strong illness. That's all we want. You know, we just want to take trips also. So to see people just so flagrantly, you know, taking trips, having big ass parties, having weddings, just things that I would have thought as far as like back in March when I said, oh, the world will be back open again by November.
Hey, y'all, you know this is why I had to move my birthday from April to November. And guess what? We're still in the house, bitches.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, what people do does directly affect what everybody else can do. So to say, if we had all just, to me, cared more about each other and just stayed in the house, even just for a couple of months, right? Like, if we had did it in the beginning, we probably could have came back out and, you know, frolicked a little bit. And then now, same thing again, here we are again. Before things get bad, it should be the government's response, since we know the people ain't gonna do it, right? To go ahead and shut shit down. To be seeing every day, like, oh yeah, the scientists already said we expect this to get worse in the wintertime with flu season compounding things with the cold air. Because if you look and see, like in Africa, there are barely any cases. I saw I didn't watch it myself, I need to watch it, but Trevor Noah did, like, it was a clip of him from his channel where he was talking about the African response to COVID and why it's so good. But part of the reason why it's not spreading is the hot air. You know, it's super hot in Africa. It's, you know, especially certain parts, of course. But now that it's getting cold, again, it makes sense. Like, if I look at Africa and it's like, okay, there are no cases over there because it's hot as fuck, that will make me think, okay, well, then the opposite of that must be when it gets cold, the cases are going to get bad. So why we're not going ahead and shutting things down, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to say, when we saw that the government wasn't going to do what it was supposed to do, it would have been nice if we as the people would have been like, all right, well, we got this. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I was like, I'm actually done COVID shaming. I felt like I stressed myself out trying to COVID shame on my social media.
And we're not stressing anymore. Y'all will not be stressing Sid the Great no more.
Yeah, I'm done. So y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want to, but when I say I ain't coming to any of this shit, when y'all don't see me and y'all, oh, where's Sydney? I'm in the house.
Yeah,
so,
if y'all want to see Sid the Great, you got to go to her yard, sit on the outside of her fence, in a lawn chair with your mask on. Also, sunglasses because eye particles. And if you wouldn't mind, earmuffs as well. And you can holler at her across the way.
And you got to be sitting downwind. So the wind is blowing.
This is not a game,
you.
people. I wish I was making this up. I am not.
Yeah, no, I'm not playing no games. I'm not going to get me sick. Nope. So, yeah, that was all I wanted to say, Queen. I'm passing it back off to you.
Okay. And this is my last look back at it. I just wanted to give a big shout out to the Willard Smith, who is bringing us the Fresh Prince reunion. Yes, it will be airing November 19th. So right before I get real ratchet in here with my Gucci Mane and Jeezy on full blast, I'll be checking that out on HBO Max. And I saw like a clip of the trailer, and they were talking. I'm just saying what they were talking about. It's not like it's a surprise.
No, I don't watch previews. I have no idea.
It's not a surprise. I'm just saying they sit down to talk about the reunion.
It is to me.
And they just talk about Uncle Phil. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's
okay. I'm sorry. I
Jeez, she jumped down my throat, y'all. But yeah, I'm really excited to watch it. Y'all know they gave millions and millions of ducats for the Friends reunion, so I am very excited for this Fresh Prince one because, first of all, there is not a cast member on there that I wouldn't love to see again.
For me personally, I'm super excited to see whatever part where him and Janet Hubert, I think I said that right, the original. Should
I yell in your ear? Because I was actually going to mention that as well.
Oh, what? Wait,
just
no.
That.
Wait, what? I don't know. I'm nervous.
I'm not telling you nothing new. I promise I'm not telling you nothing new. They're sitting down, they're talking about Uncle Phil and whatnot, and then he says, you know, how much of a big part of the character, part of the story that his character was, and how badly he wanted to impress Uncle Phil. And then he was like, and I also cannot do this reunion without the original Aunt Viv. And so Janice Hubert comes out, and yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
I just want to say, I can't wait because I don't know what's going to happen. And what I really want, and I don't know if we're going to get it, I want to know what the problem was. Like, I want to know who was telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I may never get that.
I think it was Willard having issues, but also I don't think issues come out of nowhere. I think it was his fault that she was...
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. What?
I was going to say, I guess maybe we'll see. Maybe they'll talk about it, but they might do that thing where Red Table Talk does, where they don't say anything and they say a lot of words.
Yeah, I want to know because, you know, for a long time, you know, people have said, oh, Janet Hubert was hard to work with. And I've seen, like, compilations of interviews where pretty much, like, not everybody on the cast, but, like, I think at least Alfonso Ribeiro, I think I said that right, who played Carlton. And I'm not sure the gentleman's name who played Jeffrey, but I know for a fact I've seen both of them say, like, oh, no, it was her. Like, she was a lot. But again, we also know that when it comes to black women, it's always easy to say they're a lot. But say that to say that I remember before ever hearing that it was Janet Hubert who was the problem, I remembered hearing like Will Smith was a handful, like throwing tables on set, just acting a fucking fool.
Goodness.
Yeah, I know. But say that to say, because I was looking it up earlier because I knew you were going to talk about this. And I was like, well, how old was he? Because you know how sometimes people be like, oh, he was young. And then you look it up and the nigga was like 30 years old.
Wasn't he like 19 when it started?
He was 22, right? Now, let me say this, because still, even when I heard it, I was like, well, that is out of college. But then also, you know, niggas, so really that's like 18 for him because they, you know, mature slowly. So, yeah, I'm like, well, you know what? Okay. But but I also, this is the last thing I'm going to say, too. What I also thought was so interesting about this and why I'm actually kind of really think it's really dope for them to be sitting down is that I was a huge fan of Will Smith's Bucket List show. And on one of the episodes, he attempted to run a half marathon, and he ended up having to walk. He didn't make it through all of the miles. And so when he got on the elevator after the race was over, he was like, man, if this was like, you know, a decade ago or however long ago, like I would be so pissed off right now. Like he was like, I was running and I didn't want to give up, but I realized I had to, like, I didn't want to hurt myself. So I had to stop running and walking. So he's on the elevator with one of his friends, and his friends are just kind of like smiling. He was like, yeah, you see that? That would have pissed me off if this had been like 10 years ago. And so I brought that up to say, like, he just seems to be in such a different place spiritually now, so that when I would watch his show, it always made me wonder, like, I wonder if him and Janet Hubert are ever going to sit down and it'd be something that we could also, like, see. Because I feel like for people who are fans of the show, or just, you know, with the dirt, I guess, we wanted to know what the fuck happened. I know at least I did, because I thought she was so amazing on that show. And no shade at all to light skin Aunt Viv, but I just swear nothing will ever be better to me than Lisa Landry, played by Jackée Harry, and Janet Hubert, played by Aunt Viv, played by Janet Hubert. Like, I just thought they were two of the best TV moms that I'd ever seen. So, say that to say, I'm very happy to see them finally come back together, because I missed her. When light skin Aunt Viv was aggy as hell. So, not because she was light skinned.
They definitely gave them completely and totally different personalities. Like, they didn't even try to stay the same, which is kind of funny, because it's like, why would a show do that, especially when it's not like she was a throwaway character. She was nobody's throwaway character. So anyway. Yeah,
exactly. But I also think that when people do make certain decisions like that, it's always interesting. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I wish I could talk to people about who are like in the industry, to be like, hey, you know, what made you make that decision to make them two completely different characters? But maybe it was because they knew that, you know, that Aunt Viv was so like amazing that it was like, we might as well just let it go. Nobody will ever be able to do her that well. So yeah. But I'm excited. Hell yeah.
That is it for my look back at it. You got anything else, Queen?
No, man. We are ready for Blank While Black, right?
Blank While Black. What you guys said?
All right. I just wanted to ask why black people, cishets, think that LGBTQ identifying black people aren't black people. I don't get it. Like, I don't think, or why you have to be one or the other, like, or why you're supposed to just identify as black and not identify as LGBTQ if you are also black, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna give you a little short story. I was on a Zoom call the other night, and it was just like very like Afrofuturistic, like just very like radical dreaming about what the future could look like, and talking about how black people are buying land and they're buying houses and they're trying to create their own like safe space within America, right? Like kind of like separation, which, you know, if you've read Black history or just read different revolutionaries, so many people have had different ideas. Right? Elijah Muhammad was a separatist, at least to my understanding. So said it to say, we've seen this before. And this guy starts talking, and he said something. Now, I was in and out of the Zoom call. I wasn't paying as good of attention as I should have been. But I know at the moment he said forced homosexuality, my ears were like attuned. Like, I was like, I was like, huh? Like, and so like what was funny is like I just sat back, and all at once I would like to say that I know that there were people in that Zoom call who both identify as LGBTQ and don't, but who were both harmed by the statement, because a black a woman spoke up in that moment and was like, you know, that was very harmful what you just said, and you know, here comes the shitty apologies. I'm sorry you took it that way. Was his and I have gay people in my family and all that bullshit. And so I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, it sounds like to me that y'all want to create a black utopia that doesn't include LGBTQ people who also are black. And it also made me sad, because I'm like, why does a perfect world to you look like a world without LGBTQ people in it? Like, I don't get that. I know people just need someone to feel superior to, and maybe that's what it is. Like, okay, I'm a black man or I'm a black woman, but at least I ain't trans, or at least I ain't gay. And maybe that's what it is. But I just was sitting there and I was like, this was so beautiful. Like, when like I said, I was in and out, but when I was hearing them, we're gonna do this and we're gonna teach that and we're gonna have this, I was like, yes, this is radical dreaming, and I'm here for it. And then the homophobia just jumped up out of motherfuckers. And then somebody asked, oh, well, is it homophobic if, to which I'm thinking, if you have to ask, then probably. So yeah, I just wanted to just bring that up and just say, like, you know, for myself personally, I think that, you know, I really truly do believe that none of us are free until all of us are free, and we're only as good as those who are treated the worst among us. And again, you know, the more intersectionality you have, the more you compound that blackness with being a woman, with being trans, or with being LGBTQ, with being dark skinned, with wearing your natural hair. Like, the farther you get away from cishet white men, the more oppressed I feel like you can possibly be. And so I just want the people who are the most oppressed among us to already be an oppressed people, to be able to, you know, hold space for and share love with people among us who are even possibly more oppressed because of the other things that compound their existence. So yeah, black folks out there listening, please stop being homophobic and transphobic, because it's just real ghetto. And like
that's the message. That's the message right there. That's the message.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my blank while black, Queen.
Okay. My blank while black is that at the UPS, you are now allowed to be black.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes. So the article from the New York Times goes as UPS to allow natural black hairstyles and facial hair. So this policy change comes amid a growing national movement to ban racial discrimination. I'm going to put all this in air quotes. To ban racial discrimination based on people's natural hairstyles. So, upon first reading this, the article says that Carol I want to say it's Tomei. I don't really know how to pronounce it exactly, but she is the very first female chief executive in the company's 113-year history. And so the article kind of goes on about praising her, saying, oh, she's been listening to feedback. She's the one who kind of who started making this change, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, okay, it's like a woke ass white lady. Like, what's going on? And then looking deeper into it, we find that in 2000, it was shot down to change the company's policy because they said you needed to be appropriate looking for work, basically. And so not again until 2020 did we decide to actually lift that ban, in which case it comes after California, 2018 was the first state to ban discrimination against natural black hairstyles via the Crown Act. And then I want to say New York and New Jersey followed suit after that. But in 2018, UPS agreed to pay $4.9 million to settle a lawsuit filed by the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, which said that the company had failed to hire or promote Muslims, Sikhs, Rastafarians, and others whose religious practices conflicted with its appearance policy. It also said that the commission said the company had for years segregated workers who wore beards or long hair in accordance with their religious beliefs into non-supervisory and back of the facility positions without customer contact. So basically, UPS is trying to say, look, we're allowing this. Like, let's just look at the positive spin on our story. When really, a short 2 years ago, you guys just got sued for $5 million because you refused to allow people who didn't look white with the name Brad with blonde hair and blue eyes and a cropped haircut to work in the front or have customer service contact. And when it comes to UPS, of course, they have storefronts, etc., but most of their 525,000 employees are either working in factories, or on trucks, etc. So most of them don't even have contact with customers. But again, 2 years ago, and mind you, this whole past year has been a global pandemic. So really, 1 year ago, you just agreed to pay $5 million because you've been racist fucks. And this year, you guys want praises and pats on the back for allowing black people to be black.
Yeah, to which you're not getting a praise from me for doing what's right. Like, hello, you should be doing it. I'm going to start there. But
correct. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to wait till the Crown Act is passed for you to be like, oh, guys, maybe at least for public consumer sake, we should pretend like we give a fuck about nappy hair or something. Girl, first of all, you're big late to the party. Big fucking late. First of all, how do you just now have your first female executive chief in 113 years? Of course. Hate women. How do you not let black people or Rastafarians or Muslims or people who have to cover their hair or wear their hair long or their beards long, etc., work in human relations or customer service, customer contact when your customers understand that people look, I don't know, different? People don't all look the same. People don't all have cropped haircuts or shaves or whatever. Like, girl, y'all sound real fucking silly, and you're not getting props from me. So in my blank while black is try not to have black hairstyles when you want to fucking deliver packages.
Yeah, I had a couple of things I wanted to say. What's crazy to me is when I saw that on social media, I was thinking to myself, like, wow, I applied for a job there, like, during the pandemic. And I didn't even know they had that policy because I applied to be a driver. So, I mean, I would have been out invisible. So, second, and then before I go in more into that even the whole, like, oh, but we don't even have that many people who will be out like that. Don't hide the black folks and the people of color and the natural hair wearing folks in the back neither. That's going back to go around back to get y'all food.
And correct. And first of all, so you mean to tell me the harder jobs? The harder jobs are the ones you don't want people to, be seen. Oh, you guys got to work harder. You guys be back in the back. How about that? Nobody wants to see you and your skin tone working hard.
Yeah. And so, like, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, because I couldn't go forward with the job because the UPS trucks are stick drive. And so I can't drive stick. But I was thinking when I was thinking about this story, or when I was thinking about after I saw the meme about it on social media, I was like, yo, I could have whole ass got that job. And I would have had to quit, because you know what I'm not going to do? As a woman who has worn her hair natural her entire life, I'm not finna get a perm. Secondly, I'm not finna straighten my hair to sweat it the fuck out because I'm at work. And then I'm not straightening it, period. Like, that's just not who I am. Like,
and then you would be straightening it just to be working in some hot ass factory or some shit, or, you know, loading trucks, because you wouldn't be able to be seen by anybody any fucking way. And that's the thing. Like, I can't wear my hair how I want, and I also still have to be in the back because brown.
Right. And so the other thing that I was thinking about with that too is that, like, white people, for real, y'all are obsessed with being racist. Like, y'all be like, think about, I remember Ta-Nehisi Coates in Between the World and Me talked about how much of a black person's brain basically is used on surviving as a black person. Like, just all, like, for instance, when you say you go for a run and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna wear this hoodie because of Trayvon Martin. How much of our brain power goes to things like that in response? Because at the end of the day, nobody comes out unscathed in racism. Be it you're the, you know, now not to compare the pains or the harms of either one, but to be committing the racism, you don't come out unscathed, because think about how much of your time and effort, and I mind you, it has been to their benefit, unfortunately for everybody else, but how much of their time and effort they have spent on coming up with racist ass policies. Like, yo, you ain't got nothing else to do today than be like, natural hair. Yeah, don't want to see that at work. Like, what? Like,
and the fact that black hair, black styles, braids, twists, you know, etc., all of those are inherently unprofessional. And here's the thing. So these people, for one, they're still not slick. So again, if I see anybody making praises for this new policy, I'm gonna, of course we want progress, but I'm gonna have to be like, also sis, let's not let them get away with the other things, because the new policy clarifies that beards and mustaches are definitely acceptable as long as they are worn in a business-like manner and don't create a safety concern. It also says that the policy permits natural hairstyles such as afros, braids, curls, coils, locks, twists, and knots, but no matter how you identify, dress appropriately for your workday. So with that being said, y'all can still, it's vague and broadly written to where you could be like, oh yeah, we said you could have a beard, but it doesn't look business-like, or it creates a safety concern, or you need to be appropriate, dressed appropriate, and look appropriate for work. It's like, well, that is literally up to interpretation by any given person, because a Rasta has a business-like hair to me. Freeforms are business-like hair to me. Cause it's growing out of your scalp. We always love to give Lil Wayne shit, but that's because in general he doesn't look like he bathes anymore. But still, why would his hair not be professional like anybody else's when it's literally just growing out of his head the way God had it?
Yeah, that's what freeforms are. Like, there are people, and again, everybody does not think the same. No group of people are a monolith, but I've heard people with freeform locks say that they've, like, given their hair over to God, like, basically on some, I'm not going to style it, I'm just going to let the universe or God do the work. To which, real quick, I remember on the read when they were talking about his locks, I was like, ooh, be careful here, because people have freeforms, so let's not go in on the freeforms.
And that's the thing. People will say that they like freeforms, but they're like, but not this kind, but not that kind. It's like, some people don't like freeforms at all. Some people really only like the neat locks, or some people literally think that all locks look nasty or whatever. And it's like, I personally don't care what they look like. Now, a smell is something else. But I don't care what the shit look like, and neither should you when your company delivers boxes. Like, girl, get a grip.
And not even just that, like, period. Because again, just it's always black hairstyles, and it's always black hair that's unacceptable, right? Because it's always shit that white people can't do with their hair, that if there's a rule against whatever, it's always, you know what I'm saying, it's always some shit they can't do. But then a couple other things, of course I don't want to stay on this too long, but I was just like taking notes as you were speaking. So I watched Shaq's Life. It's a show that it's on Hulu, but I think it came on TNT, and it's actually a really good show. It's very inspirational to me. But on the show, Shaq became a partner. He's on the board at Papa John's. And now this was after they had found out that man who was the face of Papa John's for all these years had used the N-word on a conference call or some shit. Mm-hmm. And so Shaq was like talking to his mom, I think it was on the show, and he was like, her mama was like, yeah, just because you got one racist person doesn't mean that the whole organization is racist. And Shaq literally said he's the first black person on the board. And I was like, this is racist. Like, that's all it is to it. Like how, like this, what else? So kind of like going back to UPS with the hair thing, like no matter what you do from this point forward, that shit was racist. Like, and it has been, and unfortunately, it is what it is. And then the last thing I wanted to say was like, even now that we know this, I was just sitting here thinking like, how the fuck do you boycott UPS? Do you have to then boycott everybody who delivers with UPS? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I would love to be like, oh, UPS, I'm done with y'all hoes. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do from this point forward. The fact that you discriminate against my people for that long, I can't fuck with you. So yeah, but I was just like, but damn, how do you even go about that?
I think on some level, we almost have to say like boycotting isn't the end all be all or the only or the most grand gesture, because I mean, the reality is it's impossible to boycott every racist thing. I could only buy t-shirts from a black-owned business and it's still going to come from some big white manufacturing factory. So on some level, it's like, okay, well, we gotta speak to the root of the problem and not just boycott or I don't want to say not dismantle, but like, I don't know, just get to the root. Like, hey, not just let's just change it because of what's happening in 2020 in the news and y'all are trying to be quote unquote racially sensitive because you don't want bad business. I need y'all to know why this was terribly wrong from the get-go and how this will never ever happen again and how you have seen the error of your ways and not just we're trying to make a public move.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, well, that was my blank wow black. So we
all right, queen.
Moving
Now
on.
time for Say What Now, your favorite.
Say what now? So this week's Say What Now is going to come from long way down in Mississippi. So, yes, here we go. The 126-year-old banner that has flown over crusty, dusty Mississippi is being replaced. So as of November 3rd, voting day, it has been replaced with a new design that features a magnolia, some stars, some blue shit, some red shit. You know what I'm talking about? So if you don't know, Mississippi's flag for the past 126 years has had a Confederate emblem in the corner of it. Actually pretty big, actually, I should say. So on the flag, a Confederate emblem that was first adopted in 1894. In 2001, in a statewide vote, a majority chose to keep the flag as is, the Confederate flag as is, in 2001, so 19 years ago. But a resurgence of racial injustice campaigns through 2020 resulted in a renewed call for it to change. One of those calls came from the NCAA's Southern Eastern Conference, which we talked about on this podcast when they said they would not allow championship games in certain states if they had Confederate flags on their flag, which Georgia still has theirs. I'm not going to speak on the other states because I don't know for sure, but I know that Georgia still has its a racist ass flag. But yeah, so basically in 2020, because they don't want to lose their championship games, this is that thing where we say like, oh, things are changing, and like, yeah, they're trying to put the positive spin on it, because in reality, you guys were given a chance 19 short years ago while we were all being told, oh, MLK wiped out racism. While we were being told that, y'all were still voting to keep your racist ass flags. But now, because you want your championship games in the Southeastern conferences, then now you want to change your flags. But with that being said, about 60% of voters voted to change the flag, which means there's still 40% racist motherfuckers there, but continue. So yeah, they have a new flag as of November 3rd. If you want to check it out, it's called Miss Maggie, I think. Mississippi and Magnolia, whatever. I don't know how they came up with that name, but anyway, you can check it out. But again, I wanted to bring light to Say What Now, because y'all were given the chance to change this flag, chose not to do it, and then only changed it because y'all want to see niggas play basketball.
Yep.
Because that's the real tea. Y'all want to see mandingos play basketball. The end, period. There is no argument here. There is no, that's actually not, because it is what it is, girl. We're calling spades here.
Yeah, it's always about money. They don't want to give a fuck about nothing until it's starting to hurt pockets, or you know, they want to be entertained or don't want to lose no money and so forth. So yeah, garbage. And plus, but I will say this though, I saw somewhere, heard somebody say that people don't change, laws change, and then the people basically get in line behind those laws. I don't know what documentary I was watching or whatever, but say that to say, kind of like when Joe Biden gave his speech and he was like, it's time to come together. I was like, no, fuck all that. Just sign the laws. And the people will do what they have to in accordance to those laws. So fuck all that unity shit. Because it's like, going back to what we're talking about with UPS, going back to Mississippi changing their flags. I'm sorry. The damage has been done. Correct. We already should have never trusted y'all hoes.
Correct.
But now we definitely shouldn't from this point forward. So say that to say, and remember when the pictures came out of the people in the not the DNC, but they were Democrats and they were kneeling with those damn kente cloths on. I saw somebody say, they made a video. They were like, sign the documents. Stop with all this performance shit. Like, it's like, yes, sign the fucking laws. And just leave us the fuck alone. Because that's it. I don't want nothing else to do with y'all hoes. I'm sorry. Y'all have scarred me. I don't trust y'all. Until y'all, and I used to be innocent until proven guilty. Y'all niggas are racist until proven otherwise. Period. Correct. And you made me that way. So, correct. Yeah. That's all I got to say. That's it.
Correct.
All right. Is it Sexpectations?
Yes, it is time. It is time for Sexpectations.
It's my favorite segment.
Oh, God. Y'all remember when it wasn't her favorite segment? And now look at her, a freako.
A queen of Thoughtland and a freako. Okay, so my question is, and you have to choose one or the other. This is a this or that. Oh, there's no phone a friend. There's no lifelines. You must choose one or the other. Would you rather fuck a nigga with a strap or eat a nigga's ass?
Okay. All right, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Okay, well, I'll sit here.
Okay, I'll sit here too.
I had already decided. I was like, she gonna try to get out of this shit, but I'm gonna sit here. And I'm gonna mind my business. And you gonna make us.
So you gonna make our followers listen to 5 minutes of silence?
Are you going to make our followers listen to 5 minutes of silence? Answer the fucking question. I feel like I'm interrogating you right now. Okay, what is it? Which one? You got to do one or the other. Which one would you rather? Oh, it's like dead silent, y'all. I can't hear nothing.
I'm about to mute my fucking mic.
Yo, Iyesha, answer the question.
What the hell, Sydney? Why would you do this?
Okay, let me tell you why. Let me explain. So I was reading this. I'm reading this book about sex. It's called Good Vibrations. If anybody,
I wish you could see my face right now.
I do too. I do too. But I was reading. So I'm reading this book called Good Vibrations, and it was talking about how the male G spot is like where the prostate is. To get to the male G spot, you have to go through the ass. Okay, the conduit of the anus to get to the G spot of a man. And I was having a conversation with a couple of friends actually. And for instance, one of my friends told me that she walked in on two of her coworkers talking about how the girl that used to fuck her boyfriend with a strap, like he dumped her or some shit. And I was like, see, the first response I feel like when you hear that is people are like, oh my God, that's gay, or oh my God, why would you do that? That's so weird. And I thought to myself, you know what I think? Because I was like, before, you know how people, when it was going around and people was like, before you ask, yes. So I'm like, I think the dude was white, right? And I was talking to one of my other friends the other day, and I was like, every time somebody loses in the equation, it's always black people. Because you know what white men don't think about? Hypermasculinity, not hypermasculinity, the feminization of white men. They don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't give a fuck about, oh, you gay. They be saying some weird shit to each other. They be wearing some weird shit. Some shit that I think if a black man did that same shit, the people would be up in arms about it. And so say that to say, this white man is getting exactly what he wants sexually and not giving a fuck about none of this bullshit that black people be caring about.
I would like to say that a lot more men and black men in general are into those things, because I know a whole lot of black women with a whole lot of stories.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's more so that they won't admit it, but a lot of black men are on a eating ass tip, on a strap trip, on a fingers in the booty trip. So I think a lot of black men know where their G spots are. However, no black man has asked me to go mining to find it.
Okay. So this
okay. Y'all know how I feel about germs in my mouth, so I'm gonna just have to say fuck them with a strap, because I'm not putting my mouth. I barely like to put my mouth on males in general, because I think the men are just nasty. They're just not hygienely up to par as I feel like all humans should be. And I just don't trust you to be in a shower with your fingers and your cleaning products and things, cleaning it out. So I feel like I would just have to use an external piece of plastic or something that is not me.
Okay.
What are you about to do, Sid? What you about to do?
You know what's so funny? I asked one of our close friends this the other day, and I unequivocally, without hesitation, said "fuck a nigga with a strap," because there is something about ass on my tongue that I just don't want no parts of.
I've never eaten ass, male or female, but the idea of a rigid rectum on the tip of my tongue it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know why niggas like to do it. But I damn sure ain't doing it. Y'all, God bless. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with it. Now this is the thing. Because first of all, when I think about ass on tongues, I just automatically think about getting a bum bump. Like I just automatically think I'm going to have, my lips are going to, something is just going to happen to my face and my lips, and I don't want that. But
I'm going to get like E. coli or pink eye or something. I don't want fecal matter near my eyeballs.
Yeah, I can't do it. And so say it to say, there would have to be so many precautions in place, I feel like, for me to even consider. First of all, we would have to have a bidet in the house.
I would have to shower your asshole myself. I'm going to have to use the water pick and rinse your asshole myself. No, I want to be clear. I personally absolutely do not kink shame anybody who's out here eating a booty. That is your business. But as for me and my tongue, we won't. And if I should, I'm going to have to pressure wash that ass myself.
Yeah, that's what we got to have a bidet. And then you honestly might have to be bisexual, because I just unfortunately think that straight cishet men, I just think they nasty. And I know that's stereotypical. You know, the thing about stereotypes, though, is not that they're untrue. They just don't tell the whole story. So that's not all cishet men. But if you got dirt under your fingernails, do not put your ass nowhere.
I mean, correct. There's no way. You got dirty fingernails. And first of all, men with dirty fingernails will really try to finger you. They be like, oh, guess what? Fuck your pH. And you think I'm going to trust your dirty fingernails, in which you can see. You can see your fingernails. You can wash your hands. What are you doing with your ass? No, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no. It's a no.
Okay, it's a no forever. I got you. I feel that. So yeah, I like I said, unequivocally. But I will say, our friend said that she would definitely eat ass before she fucked a nigga with a strap. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't.
Yeah, more power to you. I don't want to, but good for you, girl. Let me know how it goes. Matter of fact, let me know who this friend is when we get off, so I can ask him some things. I feel like I already know for sure, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to figure out who you think it is. All right. Well, that was all I have for Sexpectations. I just would like to say that I'm reading this book, so I feel like my Sexpectation questions are about to be off the chain from this point forward. But secondly, it brought me so much joy just laughing at how I knew you would respond to that question.
I want to apologize
for 10 minutes.
I want to apologize for snorting hard as hell in the microphone. I thought I muted it. I muted my phone. So Sydney didn't hear it, but y'all heard it. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, yeah, you knew how that was going to go down.
Yeah, that was funny. I wish I could have seen your face.
Yuck. All right.
I'm going to start FaceTiming you when we do Sexpectations, because I feel like it's about to be like that a lot from now on.
Oh, God. Sydney, anything you ask me, you got to let me ask you back. So you better not get too wild.
Okay. All right, y'all. So, black on black support.
Black on black support.
All right. You and me go first, or you want to go first?
I'm gonna go first because I've got lots of things.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let me sit
so
back
I'm gonna start.
Relax.
I'm gonna start. Not relax. Okay, so Miss Tabria Majors, I have to give you your things, Queen, because when you dropped that Billoween tribute, I was not ready. Queen did not get, one said costume or wig down pat. Queen did not just get one set down pat. Queen did not just get some choreography down pat. Sis gave us 11 minutes of iconic, almost pristine Beyonce tribute. And sis, so she's like, she worked with Beyonce's actual choreographer. just super, super talented people. Background dancers, set designers, the videographers, the directors, etc. But I couldn't find it. But I heard, and I don't know if she had tweeted it or what, but when I Googled it, I couldn't find it, that she had gave herself a $20,000 budget to recreate these visuals and exceeded it. And I was like, this sounds accurate. Because she gave us everything. I mean, the lighting, the sets. I mean, I was like, girl, did you call Beyonce and ask her everywhere she went? Like, did you go buy all of her costumes off of her? Because Thick Beyonce did that. So congratulations to you, Tabria Majors. And also, while on the wow, I can't talk anymore. I don't even know how to podcast. Wow, I quit. While on the topic of my queen, Beyonce. First of all, shout out to that Ivy Park. She was just shot for British Vogue. And y'all know my queen loves to commission the blacks. Her photographer was a 21-year-old named Kennedi Carter, 21 years old. Her first cover ever was for Vogue. Girl, get your life. Get your life. It was beautiful.
That's amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. I was like, wow, if I was 21 and I got to photograph the Beyonce and on the Vogue, y'all can hang it up, bitches. Because y'all already know y'all can't fuck with me. I'm only 21.
Y'all ain't going to be able to afford her. I know her prices is insane now.
What? Price went up, bitches. But if you go to her page is called Internet Baby, but it's like baby without the A. Internet Baby is Kennedi Carter. Her work is absolutely stunning. Of course, it would be easy to say her work is stunning by looking at Beyonce. But, Beyonce's gorgeous muse. How could she not? But literally, go to her Instagram. All of her work is absolutely stunning. You're like, wow, girl, why have you not already been on the covers of things? But for your first cover to be Beyonce and Vogue, shut the shit down, girl. Matter of fact, all you bitches can pack it up because the queen is going places. So those are my first two. I can bounce past to you, Sid.
I was looking at her work. She ain't got a lot of pictures up here. She might have deleted some when she got famous, when she got extra famous. But I'll look at that later. My black on black support is a shout out to the Stacey Abrams. Because y'all know I'm just here for my queens, the black queens out here getting all of their flowers because we've been doing this shit. I just want to reiterate and say that one more time. We've been doing this shit. So I don't know why y'all acting surprised. But so I just thought it was amazing that she identified a problem and then like found a solution and stuck with it and put all the time and effort into it. It reminded me of Little Diverse Libraries, like how you talked about that, like this woman saw a problem and came up with a solution and did something about it. So in 2013, Stacey Abrams founded the New Georgia Project, which registered 100,000 Georgia voters. And then in 2018, she founded the Fair Fight Action to register voters and to fight voter suppression because she lost a governor's race, if I'm not mistaken, due to voter suppression in 2018, and that's what led her to creating an organization, and which clearly she'd been doing this work since 2013, but I probably being really, really galvanized to put that extra work in, you know what I'm saying? And so that same organization, Fair Fight Action, registered 800,000 voters, or helped to register 800,000 Georgia voters, which people are saying like turned Georgia blue and did all these great things, and it's just amazing because I think Georgia turned blue for the first time and maybe ever, or a very, very long time, and you have to sit back, right? All you racists out there, all you women hating ass bitches out there, you have to sit back and realize that work was done by a black woman. Like y'all need to sit back and realize that the Black Panther Party was mostly women. Like y'all need to sit back and realize that the Montgomery bus boycott was started by a black woman. Like y'all need to sit back and realize that the people who stayed off the bus for over 360 something days during the Montgomery bus boycott was black women. We've been doing this shit. So yes, I just wanted to say shout out to Stacey Abrams for continuing the tradition of our black women elders,
queen.
Our black women ancestors.
When you get your things in production, we need a black women bin hoodie, t-shirt, etc. We bin.
You're right. I'm gonna write that down. Make sure I don't forget it. But yeah, that was my black on black support. I just thought that was amazing. Like again, I just have to sit back and be like, black women, they've been doing this shit. So when people be acting surprised, kind of like how you're acting surprised that Trump didn't just nicely go, "Oh, I lost." It's like, girl, why are you surprised? We've been doing this shit. I know they don't teach y'all that in school, but I'm here to remind y'all of that shit. So yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Correct. My next black on black support is kind of just a team shout outs. Shout out to ShopSonyaBees. I had the pleasure of working with these queens for the past week and a half, I want to say, with their holiday rollout, the last rollouts of all the boutique merch. So ShopSonyaBees is black owned and woman owned, from a Mississippi native. Working with her was really cool, like cooler than most boutiques that I worked with, because her products are like made for curvy girls specifically. So girls with them big ass hips that can't fit in all that Fashion Nova bullshit, all that tightly made ass shit that you can't squeeze your hips or butt or thighs into. It is made for us, and I love that. When I met her, I'm like, okay, a tall, thick queen. I want to say she's taller than me, like 5'10" or something. And I was like, oh, come through. So all of the models that I worked with had, big hips and thighs, and that was really cool. Because I'm like, it's cool to, like, start your own boutique. That's one thing. But to start something that's actually like, no, I started this because I knew there was a lack of it, and there was a lack in the diversity of, like, what people look out for in boutiques and in fashion when it comes to girls with curvier bodies or whatever. And so, made that her mission to create for us and girls like her, girls like me, etc. And then the fact that almost the whole team was black. But I want to shout out to Steph Paul, who I did a photo shoot with him. You guys remember the neon black light photo shoot that I have on my page? Steph Paul did that. And he kind of recruited me, if you will, to work with the ShopSonyaBees team. So it was a good black ass time. I had some really dope makeup artists. Tony, Monet, Hazel, they did a bomb ass job. I tried to do a good job of tagging everyone and all the things. So if you want to know who did what in my most recent pictures on my Instagram, check that out. From stylists, creative directors, photographers, Monet, Nubian, Chana, Mia, Julie. I just worked with a bunch of really dope people, and I was really excited to be a part of that project. The queen loves to get paid, so send the paid gigs my way, because unfortunately, y'all, it's a global pandemic, and I won't do the free things. So with that being said, shout out to Miss Sonya B and ShopSonyaBees. Go check it out. Go buy some things that y'all see me wearing. Feel free to tag me and repost the things so that I can continue to get work out here in La La Land, because y'all know, if you don't know, it's expensive out here. So yeah,
absolutely. Was that your last one?
Yep, that was my black on black support.
All right, so that means we are moving on to mental health check-in, right?
Indeedy.
All right. So for my mental health check-in, I just wanted to share with y'all my morning routine I've been doing for the last, leading up to maybe a week now. Me and Xavier, that will be X-Brody on Instagram. He is a talented, wonderful musician rapper who's been featured on our podcast multiple times. Y'all go check him out. But we are like accountability partners right now, and we set some goals for like how we wanted to start our day and just things we wanted to get done during the day that we hadn't been doing, and neglecting our bodies, be it, physically or spiritually or mentally. So like, for instance, for me in the morning, I do positive affirmations. Listening to, I think his name is Young NLE. There's a song he has out called Bryson, and in it he talked about doing affirmations 369. So like 3 in the morning, 6. Say it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. So I've been doing that. So I do my 3 affirmations, positive affirmations in the morning. I journal in the morning for about 30 minutes. It's not always 30 minutes, but typically once I get started, I have a lot to talk about, even though I'm in the house all day, which is so funny. I also do yoga. I do sun salutations, and then I do 30 seconds cumulatively of stretching. So like I do like body part by body part, so like triceps, biceps, all that stuff. I don't always read in the morning, but sometimes I do. And then I always drink water, and I sage. So say that to say water, at least 8 ounces in the morning, positive affirmations, journaling, stretching, and yoga, and then saging in the morning. And it has just led to like a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. I'm really enjoying it so far, because number one, you just feel like you've gotten so much done. Like all that takes me like maybe an hour 30 minutes to do, and then like I go the rest of my day feeling like I've already done so much. But just to share a little bit more in general, I also do midday check-ins. Now please be advised, I'm not working right now, so I can stop in the middle of the day. If I wake up at like 9 and I know I'm going to bed at 9, I'll do a midday check-in at 3 o'clock where I'll go for a walk, do some more stretching, meditate again, and then do my affirmations, so saying them 6 times. And then at night, I'll journal again. I'll do some nighttime yoga, meditate one more time. And then I also stop using my phone 2 hours before it's time for me to go to sleep, which is, the blue lights that come from your phone. I was looking it up the other day, can lead to, messing up your sleep. It can lead to depression because your sleep is messed up. Your sleep being messed up can lead to obesity and a lot of other different things. I even ordered some blue blocker glasses that I'm wearing right now. But yeah, just all those things that I felt like I should have been doing all this time, just trying to drink more water, just trying to be more present, just trying to find more stress relieving things to do during this pandemic. And just in general, like I want that to be an every morning thing. And I can go the rest of my day with just a feeling of peace, especially morning guided meditation is really, really dope. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody who's looking for inspiration of how to like go about getting through these days, how to start their morning or how to end the night or whatever. And lastly, I will say the app I'm using right now to meditate with is called, give me 1 second. It's called Insight Timer. It is free. Now, I think, when you sign up for like a subscription, you probably get more access and stuff, but there's free guided meditation up there. There's free music and sounds to listen to when you sleep up there, yoga up there, all kinds of stuff. But I use it mostly for meditation. So called Insight Timer. Definitely check that out if you're new to meditation. There's even like a 7-day learn how to meditate class up there. So yeah, just y'all check that out. It's working very well for me. And that's it. That's all for my mental health check-in.
That's a really dope one, Queen. People definitely underestimate the value and intention, So that is a dope one, Queen. My mental health was, again, a post I saw on the Instagram, which, by the way, sucks now. It has been sucked, but it's getting suckier as the days progress. The way they have your notifications, I can't see, people who are trying to show me love. I don't get to see that. Now they have moved that button entirely, and now they just have like the shop feature at the bottom of the Instagram. It's also pretty ghetto because that's not why I'm here, girl. I'm here to see my friends and the people that inspire me. But anyway, Instagram is ghetto. Anyway, I saw a post on there that said, this may not have been my best year, but at least I blank. And it was an opportunity for people to like comment below, at least what they did, basically. Like, it wasn't my best year, but at least I don't know, made all my car payments or whatever. So I wanted to ask you, Queen, it wasn't my best year, but at least I blank.
It wasn't my best year, but at least I started that routine. Like, okay. I started that routine after my surgery because although it was not, of course, the most, like, serious surgery, of course, like, it was an eyelid, thank God, like, it wasn't an eye, a heart, or, something, like, where I had to really, truly be cut open. Don't get me wrong, I think being cut in general is a very scary thing. You want to hope that you're getting the best, surgeon, that kind of thing. But I said it to say, I always try to look at things like that in my life to teach me something and to be better afterwards. And I was thinking to myself that, like, for years now, I feel like I've neglected my body, be it like not eating like I should. For as long as I can remember, I feel like I've been perpetually dehydrated. Like, even as a child, like, I just never drank water like that. And so, like, out of that surgery, if nothing else, like, yes, it sucked. I would have rather not do it again. I would have rather not had to do it. But if nothing else this year, and if nothing else this, like, after having to do that surgery, I started that routine and really started taking and being intentional about taking care of myself, mind, body, and spirit. So that would be my answer.
That's a good one, Queen. I am glad that you have set more healthy and physically healthy intentions over your day in your life. So come on, X, make sure she don't get caught slipping out here. Make sure she drinks her water, she does her yoga and the things.
What's yours?
This may not have been my best year, but at least I made money doing things that I love.
There you go.
It has not been a lucrative year by any means, but the things that I have gotten to do, modeling and acting things, I have been paid for. So I appreciate that. And of course, you know, as you climb the ladder, there's no reason to look back and to downgrade yourself, you know? So I feel like it's only up from here. When somebody asks me my price, it goes up. I'm trying to be more comfortable asking for my worth and not settling and not compromising and not allowing people to help me, quote unquote, help me change my mind or lower my price or get the family or the 5-finger discount kind of thing. So at the very least, I am slowly but surely learning my worth and just opening up my throat chakra to say, no, this is what I said. This is what I charge. And that is that on that. I'm a professional. I enjoy what I do. There's passion in what I do. It's not just something for kicks and giggles. So I take it very seriously. So I appreciate being able to be compensated for my time and for my gifts, my skills.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. I'm here for that. 100%. Yes, ma'am. Don't let these people talk you out of your greatness. You deserve whatever you say you deserve. So you got this. Hell yeah.
And just so y'all know, there ain't no Black Friday deals. Y'all better give me them ducats.
Okay. I know that's right. Is it time for affirmations?
It is. I was just going to mention real quick, book of the month. If you're reading one for November, please let me know what you're reading. Send me a DM, comment it on our page. I'll probably make a post and ask what you're reading this month or whatever. But just so y'all know, I have received the book Little Fires Everywhere, and I wanted to read something to take a mental break because, hello, it was an election year and a global pandemic. So your girl could take a little bit of a break. So that is what I'm reading, Little Fires Everywhere, if you're reading anything. Affirmations, queen. What it do, baby?
Mine is simply just to release anything that is not serving you, any energy that is not serving you, any like thoughts, be it like if you're holding on to thoughts from yesterday, if you're holding on to something negative that happened to you yesterday, just to release all that because, you know, it is not worth it building up and accumulating in your body some kind of way. So yeah, just release is simply all I would like to say is my affirmation.
What's my affirmation? As always, it's definitely to love people, to give them their flowers. People, we don't just say that as a Hallmark card greeting type of situation. Seriously, love people while they're here. Just call somebody you ain't talked to in a minute. Take this as your sign that you needed. Call them. Say, hey, what's up? Homie, girl, boy, mom, dad, whatever, you know, and say, hey, I just want to tell you that I love you, nothing else. Because I feel like at the bare minimum, that could be your last conversation versus having not talked in a long time and maybe left on a weird note, odd note, or a dry note, whatever. You know, just call people, tell them that you love them so that you can receive that love back in tenfold through the universe. Thank y'all for being incredibly patient with us. We have definitely gotten the messages of, well, where the fuck are we? We are here. We just... you know, as I violate Sydney's HIPAA again, you know, we just had some difficulties with that. I was traveling, you know, leaving the things. Then sometimes when we're both ready, we just be like, you know what, negative, not feeling it, sad, bummed today, not the right energy to bring to our podcast because we try to bring y'all the best. And with that being said, we love y'all. Thanks for always coming back. Make sure you put your friends on because we're trying to get up there. You know what I'm saying? We would like to, you know, maybe do shows and have a sponsored podcast and shit out here in these streets. So tell a friend to tell a friend.
Podcast like they do on the Read. Hell yeah.
I'm trying to have a Patreon one of these days. You know
a tour. That would be. Can you imagine?
An OnlyFans?
Absolutely, but I was more so. Can you imagine going on tour together? Oh my god.
That would be such a mess.
All the vegan food and stay in
nice all different hotels. States. Oh my god! Yes. And you know what? You know how people be bringing like, the hosts and stuff gifts. We could be like, if you're gonna bring us a gift, make it Black owned from a place in your city or whatever the fuck. That would be such a good time. We're gonna speak it. We're gonna claim it. We're gonna manifest. 2020, slight hiccup in the road, but you know something that came out of 2020 was that we actually, you know, minus our hiatus, was our most consistent year. Like, we really were pumping out episodes every week. So shout out to us, queen. Shout out to you. Shout out to me. Right. Shout out to this computer and this microphone.
Absolutely. So yes, we thank y'all, as Iyesha said, for being incredibly patient with us. We do try to bring y'all the best energy. Real quick, I just want to shout out Jasmine from Iyesha, help me out. What's the name of the candle brand?
Oh, Jazzy, Black Sunflower Co.
Yes,
and it's Black without the A. Black Sunflower Co.
I just want to shout her out real quick because she was the reason why, like, on those days where I was like, you know what, not the best energy. I remember we had a game night. She invited us to a game night, and she said that she doesn't make her candles unless she is in the best, like, energy space, the best space spiritually, because she doesn't want to put that into her candles and then sell it to somebody. And I was like, that is the most, like, it's just amazing to me, the most profound shit that just people can be saying when they're just speaking, you know, not trying to be profound, but just talking about their own experiences and how they live their lives. So I just want to say shout out to her. Y'all, please support her business because, again, with all the shit we be ingesting, if you got a queen out here talking about I only make candles when I'm in the best spirits, that's what you need in life. And I wanted to just shout her out for inspiring me. So okay, that was it, y'all. We done had
we got a long outro.
We love y'all. I have been Sid the Great. It's been real.
And I am Iyesha Damali. Go ahead and slide in my Cash App for my Scorpio birthday. We love y'all. Listen to Forever by Amber Hairston and get the fuck out of our living room. Peace.